talk to me about finding a Medicare plan, I'm going to give you my name and my personal toll-free number so that if you have more questions or need help, you can reach back out to me.
Aetna has a variety of Medicare plans designed to meet your needs.
We have a Medicare Advantage plan.
Good morning. Good morning, coming from Indiana. I woke up to a news broadcast, and it might be on your local news, about President Trump. But in case you don't have it on your local news, you can go to WDRB TV in Louisville, Kentucky. It's about the farmers. Trump wants to increase 4 times the beef from Argentina. And you know the problems we having with Argentina is hamburgers, steaks, pork chops, stuff like that. Farmers here in the United States is begin to make money on the beef. They, from what I saw on WDRB TV in Louisville, Kentucky, about 2 years, I disagree with Trump on getting our meat from Argentina. Let's buy America, people. You seen the problems we had with our food. And I don't like it. We get all kinds of disease when we buy our food from other countries. And I don't like it. I know this is Saturday morning. It's about 30 to 40 degrees outside here in Indiana. I just got done feeding the cats in the house and outside. I got about a 2-quart pitcher. I leave about this much from the top. That's about 4 inches. And I fill that up with milk, which that gives them about maybe 1 or 2% milk. But it's warm since it's cold outside. And I got a big dog cage out there with straw and a blanket and insulation around the outside of it to help to keep some of the cold air on top of it. I got a heat lamp, a red bulb heat lamp. I got my porch enclosed with tarp. I messed up this summer because I didn't have any extra money. I should have went to Orscheln or Bloomgard, whatever they call it, or Lowe's Depot, and got clear plastic and covered my whole porch on the outside with clear plastic. At least you can still see out. And I want to thank you all that helped me improve my YouTube channel. Watching my, get my subscribers up. We had family. I'm 70 plus years old. You younger people got a heck of a YouTube channel. You're smart. I'm 70 plus. With 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, arthritis, and back problems. And it's hard. Plus, I'm on a fixed income around $900. And my Cash App is the $, Tom Cartwright 4375. That's my Cash App. I forget what my PayPal is, but you can go back and look in and find it. Hello. Okay, I ran in the bathroom and get my shirt, but I just woke up. Hello, Joachim. Hold on. But I can't sleep with the shirt on, people. It feels like I'm in a straight jacket. But I'm trying to make you all happy. Hello, Owen. Yeah, I got my socks on because it's cold. And I ain't gonna turn my temperature up. I keep it in here about 68, 69. I can't sleep when it's hot. I can't breathe when it's hot. What, Kathy? Come on, let's show people. See, this is Kathy. Yeah, this is Kathy. She's a female cat. I know money's tight, people. It's tight for me. I get around $900 a month. She's a good kitty cat. Her daddy's dead. I think her daddy died this year. She looks like her daddy, which he was that color. And Tiger's brother, John Wayne, he was the same color. And let me turn around. Let's see. This is Wildcat. I call her Wildcat because she acts like a wildcat. If you all want to send me anything, like gift cards, I get to the gift cards. I need some help on certain things that, since I'm not monetized yet, because I need about 353 more subscribers before I get monetized. But my name is Tom Cartwright. Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, 47111. What I'd like to have from you all, if you can, hello Josh, good morning. What I like, if you all can help me out, I need gift cards to buy dry cat food. I got my socks on. I told you it's cold outside. I gotta have my socks on. Let's see, did you see my question? Yes, I saw your question. Okay, you all, let's say here in the United States, go to Tractor Supply. And look at their dry cat food. It's a white bag, 44 pounds of, I think they call it multiple cats. It's 44-pound bag of cat food. It's around $25, 25 to 30. Well, Meow Mix and other stuff is 25 or more for maybe 20 pounds of cat food, a dry cat food. But You know, with my $900 I get a month on my income, it's hard to buy 2 bags of 44-pound bags. That's about say $45. Indiana has a 7% sales tax. You know, if you can help me out on that, I appreciate it. And Walmart, you can look at Walmart and see what the biggest bag of dried cat food they got. You know, there's a Walmart northwest. I had to think which way I'm going. About 6.5 miles northwest of me. And, you know, like that. If you can, I understand if you can't. But God's helping me get through it. The kitty cat eats better than I do. Like, in here, people, I got Pepsi Zero. I get Pepsi Zero. No, I'm not getting paid by Pepsi Zero. Like, if you like Coke, stuff like that, they have zero sugar, which you can't tell the difference. Okay. There's Kathy. There's Wildcat. The rest of them, let's see. The other 3 or 4 is in the living room. It's too cold to go outside. You know how it is when you got type 2 diabetes. You get cold real easy. And also, you know, they're cute. Like Kathy, if I'm not up by a certain time, she'd take her paw and kind of smack me. But sometimes she likes to bring her toenails out and hit me on the face. I said, let me sleep until 9 or 9:30. There's no use to get up that early. Sometimes they want me up at 6 o'clock. It is funny, Joshua. I should have went to the funeral home yesterday. It was on Grayson's Funeral Home website in Charlestown. A person named Davis, he has a son named Josh. Back years ago, Josh was just maybe a couple of years old, where we live in the government housing. I had a 2-story, you know, upstairs and first floor. And Josh would take his 3-wheeler and ride down the hill. And Josh's mother's name was Lisa. I don't know what her married name is. Maybe Hoskins, Hoskin, or something like that. But I want to thank you all that supports me, supports other YouTube channels, help them out. I want to thank the kids. I call them kids that are younger than me, that knows about computers, cell phones, and they try to help me out. I take help from anybody that's smarter than me. I don't. You said, Tom, don't put yourself down. Well, when I was young, they didn't have computers. I forget what Mr. Davis's name is. I think he lived in Scottsburg, Indiana. And he had, I guess you call it a dune buggy. And sometimes he will leave it at my house because it breaks down. 'Cause he likes to travel the country road that's out in front of my house. I wanted to go to the funeral. You know, Josh's dad, I can't remember what his name is. And, you know, but those things I had to do yesterday. My son had to pick up his medicine at 2 different locations and stuff like that. And usually on Saturdays, I go to Scottsburg up on Main Street to the sale barn. It's getting cold. There's not going to be that many people at the sale barn. Well, my neighbor Kenny, he be up there. They got some nice stuff. But people, when I saw that on my app, I like President Trump, but buying our hamburger and stuff from Argentina, they want four times more beef coming in from Argentina. Instead, our farmers, you know, I disagree with Trump on it. You probably might seen it on your local news station. I don't know. But it was on ours, WDRB News in Louisville, Kentucky. That was on their thing this morning. That usually takes farmers about 2 years to get everything, you know, where they put the weight on, get fed real good. But if you people smarter than I am know how to do research. You can look at Argentina. They got sick cows. What is that? Whooping cough and something else. But our animals here in the United States, I believe it's only in the United States. You can look it up if you don't believe me. That the USDA inspectors is there when they come in, like your cows, your pigs, and bison and all that. They're there when they bring it in. They get inspected. But the animals that's coming in from Argentina, they don't get inspected like our animals here in the United States. We need to buy America. Okay, I can't remember what Josh's dad's first name is. I can't remember it. I should have looked it up before I came live. But I want to let you know some things. You know, about what Trump did about Argentina cows buying 4 times more of beef coming from Argentina. We need to buy America. Need to put more people to work. People, if you're my age, no, I don't have a wife. I'm single. Own my own house. I make house payments. And who I went through, it's based on your income. I got other videos on here. Try to take you step to step to buy a house through the government. You got, what is it, FHA, HUD, USDA. You got other places. But there's ones out there that you can buy a house. It's based on your income. If your income goes up, your house payment goes up. And, you know, vice versa. I've told you know, that's through the USDA. It could have changed in the last 8 years. First, you have to call them and they can give them your address and they send you an application. That was 1-page application. Then you send that back in the USDA. Then they send you 10-page. It could be more, it could be less. You have to give them more information. Like your electric bill, gas bill, this, water and sewage bill. You need about 13 months where you pay it. And if you pay rent, you need to get from your landlord about 13 months showing you paid your rent on time and your bills. What counts as income? Well, if you're working, that counts. Food stamps, EBT, food stamps, child support, alimony counts as income. And USDA is the way to go if you're a first-time home buyer. You will, through USDA, gonna have to take you a first-time home buyer course. You can do it either on the internet. Here's the problem. You have to make 65% on test scores or above. But if you can find a place out there that you can go and do it in person, you'll learn a lot more. You're also going to have to pay the first year homeowner's insurance. Plus, you're going to have an inspector. This is where it gets complicated, people. Every state got different rules on inspectors. I'm going to tell you a YouTube channel to go to teach you about home inspectors. It's in Canada. The guy's name is Mike Holmes. And he goes around, something happens to people's houses, and they get a copy of the inspection that the inspectors didn't point out to the homeowners. And Canada got certain laws that inspectors is liable for failing to do their job. But here in Indiana, people, inspectors never built a house, never done electric work, never done plumbing work, stuff like that. Kentucky, they're different. They all have to build so many houses, commercial buildings, stuff like that. Your plumbing, Kentucky's different than Indiana. Indiana, you go to school maybe for 6 weeks to learn to be an inspector. I don't know how it is in other states, but when you're going to remodel your house, here's some red flags. You need a building permit. If they said you don't need a building permit, it's a red flag. Another red flag, they want money up front. If they're a good contractor, and very good, they got the money to do things. Or you can buy what you need, that way you know where the money goes to. There's some of the red flags. That's how come you go to YouTube and watch Mike Holmes, and he tells you the things about home inspectors, contractors, to help you out. He doesn't have to do that, but he gives you education. That's what my YouTube, I tried to educate you where nothing happened to you. And another thing I'm mad about, and I've seen a whole lot of people agrees with me. It's Hudson and Rex. It's filmed in the Providence of St. John's, Canada. They fired Charlie Hudson. That's the guy's acting name. Because he had cancer. They put this other dumb idiot on there. I'm boycotting them. I think it's on City TV in Canada. I raised Cain. They lost a whole lot of people from all over the world. Because there's people who watch this here in the United States. There's other countries, they watch Hudson and Rex. Rex's real name was Diesel. As you all know, Diesel passed away of cancer. That's what I don't like about the producers and writers of Hudson and Rex. They should have supported Charlie Hudson on the show. I think his name is John Redden or something like it, John. By them supporting him and helping people out with cancer, it helps everybody all over the world. They didn't support him. I heard he's coming back, for what I've read on the internet. But you know, when they do TV shows, that they film so many episodes in a season. And thank you. You know, I try to be honest. Like I said, I'm 70 plus years old. I try to educate you. I know some of you are not going to listen. I wish I listened when I was younger, but I was pig-headed like some of you all are pig-headed. Your mom and dad tell you stuff, you won't listen. I want everybody to stay in school. I want everybody to stay in school, get their education. You can go to trade school or college. You young ladies, wait until you're 28 years old to get married and start a family, because you want to go to college. You younger people, if you can't afford to go to college, I know there's student loans that you have to pay back. Sometimes you can't pay it back. Say you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or a nurse or a helicopter pilot, jet pilot, or MP. You can go in the military. You're going to have to give them extra time. They pay for you to go to college in the military. If you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, you can be a member of JAG. Or you can become an MP and become an NCIS agent. Or if you want to be a jet pilot, you can put years in and they teach you how to fly different jets. When you get out, you can fly commercial jets. Or if you decide to be a helicopter pilot, you people see, at least around here in Kentucky and Indiana, probably your state, they got helicopters for ambulances that comes to car wrecks that the ambulance can't get you to the hospital. So there's jobs out there that'll help you out. You know, I'm not telling you what to do, but just think about it. And your kids as straight-A students, don't, help kids out that's in your class that maybe makes F's, D's, and C's. They will really appreciate it. One day, the kids that you help might be a very important person. Because how I know this, my grades in school was F, D's, and C, maybe a few A's. I got my A's mostly in shop classes. I don't think they teach shop classes in school anymore. I don't know if they even... Thank you. Well, school back there then, we had PE/gym class. And the teacher's name was Mr. Clifford. Whole lot of people that went to Charlestown High School, that's in Indiana, they went into the military. And you know, when you go to boot camp, you're going to do push-ups, jumping jacks, all this. And the drill sergeant asked the recruits, where did you learn to do this? They said, Private, we learned that at Charleston High School, Indiana, under the teacher, Mr. Clifford. That's how you was tested. It was tough. Gym was tough. We ran track in the summertime when it was warm. We learned how to get in the swimming pool, but thanks to the dumb mayor that Charleston had back there, he gave the property to the Greater Clark County School, where they built onto the school. But now there's no swimming spots for adults to go swimming there in Charleston. You know, I disagree with that, Mayor. Giving property for free that we paid for probably back in the 40s or 50s, whatever. I can't remember. I was born during the Korean War. And I want you all to think about it. Times is getting tough. For the email I got from Social Security, we're going to get about a 3% raise. That's about $50 more a month. You know, some of you get that raise, it might pay for your medical insurance. You know, so we're not gaining anything. It's hard for me to survive on $900 a month. I'm having problems with StreamYard. They charge me 3 months of StreamYard. When I cancel it 3 months, that's $44.95 a month, plus overdraft protection 3 months of $38. You can take times 38. That tells you how much more I had to pay. And $44.95 I had to pay. I'm going around and around with StreamYard. They got my email. We've been through this back in February. They said, this is your email, Tom Cartwright Sr. I don't have no such damn email. I explain it. I've never had anything like that. I got tcartwright54@gmail.com is the only email I got. I gave them the last 4 numbers of my checking account that they take it out of. My last 4 of my debit card. Them a-holes at StreamYard will not give me my money back. You know, we've been working on this since about February or March. I canceled it. And I still can't get my damn money back. I love StreamYard, but them a-holes don't know what they doing. I keep explaining to them, I don't have no such email. The only thing that got even close to it is on my Fire Stick TV. You know, it's not an email. So I don't know how in the hell they got an email when I don't have an email like that. You know, the other one I got is the year I was born. I told them about that. I know, but it's on the platform. You know, I know people gets hacked all the time, and Saran, or sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I want to tell you what happened to me back in February. You all buy stuff probably from Amazon. Okay, back in February, I ordered a HP laptop from Amazon. And it was an HP laptop, 17 point something touchscreen with 1 gigabyte of hard drive, this and that. But here's the problem. Amazon screwed up. They know how. I'm going to tell you. You don't have to believe me. You can look it up online. It's PC Online. PC Online. That's the third party that Amazon used. You can type in PC Online and scroll down to, I call the BBB, the Better Business Bureau. And you can see over 100 complaints about PC Online. Let's get back to the computer. What PC Online did, they upgraded it. Put more, well, I guess either 4 or 8, whatever you call it, you know what I'm talking about, up to 16. And they're not a dealer or a repair shop for HP. And I called HP, sent them the screenshots from Amazon, my computer, this and that. And they said the warranty was in November. I said, look at the screenshots. I bought it in February. So PC Online is not a good place to buy computers. But like I said, if you don't believe me, you can go to your search engine, type in PC Online, scroll down to the BBB, the Better Business Bureau, and you can see all the complaints. You can call PC Online. Well, I could have went through the Vietnam War, but I was about 16, 17 years old back there then. My parents had to sign, went to boot camp at Parris Island. And back there then, during the Vietnam War, at least in the Marines, you can sign up for 2, 4, and 6 years back there then, unless you got drafted. Well, since I signed up for 2 years' time, you go through boot camp at Parris Island, then go to Camp Lejeune. You know, you couldn't go to Vietnam. You couldn't go to Vietnam because it's at least 16 to 18 months that you have to serve in Vietnam. But I had friends that went there, got Agent Orange, passed away, got killed by friendly fire, as you could call it. And but I stayed in the United States. But I appreciate y'all's help. And I went around and around with Amazon. You know how it is. They got 30 days to get your money back, this and that. Well, I started having problems. It was hard back there then. If you go to YouTube and look at boot camps of the Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force, they got it made compared to back there then. We had Quonset huts. Now they got air-conditioned sleeping places, this and that. You know, they got it made compared to what we had back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, like that. They used to cuss you out. They used to smack the crap out of you. They can't do it nowadays. We didn't have women drilling sergeants like they do today. And, but let's get back to my HP. You try to call PC online. You know what you're going to get? The voicemail. They won't call you. You can send them an email. They won't get back to you. Here's the problem I had at HP. Any of you people, maybe a VIP that works for HP, they got my name on file. Cartwright, Indiana. They got my phone number. They got the screenshots. What they told me, that's a fact, that since PC Online is not affiliated with HP, not a computer repair people forum or a distributor, it voids the warranty. I got a $500 computer that I'm still making payments on, and I can't do a damn thing about it. Your younger people know they do hold computers hostage. You seen it. You read it. You seen it on the news. Here's what PC Online, and I believe this to be the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. Well, I don't have McAfee on my computer at all. I don't have him as my antivirus. It could have. You could have people. And what PC told me, since they upgraded it without their permission and their authority, it voids the warranty. But in my book, people that went through the same stuff I'm going through on any computer company, it makes them look bad since it's under warranty. It makes them look bad. I'm hoping the HP is sue the crap out of PC Online. What will it take for HP to send me a new laptop just like I had for free? But let's get back to McAfee and holding me hostage. You computer people are real smart. If you don't like something, you can X out of it or hit the escape button. When McAfee popped up, people, you could not X out of it. You couldn't hit the escape button. You couldn't do nothing. And other people that knows about computers said, you're being held hostage by PC Online. I believe these people because they deal with computers every day. And the only way you can get out of it, you have to subscribe, then you can X out of it. Finally, it got to the point, it shut down. It stopped it from charging. I couldn't do nothing. So I left it unplugged for a month. Okay, good night, wherever you're from. Sleep good. God loves you all. Thank you, people that has helped me. And I'm just letting you all know, there's some help I need. I know money's tight. Hello, Joshua. But I need you all to help. I gave you my post office. God loves everybody, but God has not given up on you all people. If that wasn't for me believing in God, people, you can go back to a couple of weeks, maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago. I done a video where I fell off of my porch backwards like an L. This was my back and this was my feet. I done something stupid. instead of pushing my old kitchen stove out on the dolly frontwards, I backed out. On my porch, I got a concrete block with a 2x12 on top of it. Instead of me pushing it out, I figured I backed out. When I backed out, I expect everybody religion. I don't care if you're Catholic, Buddhist, Muslim. You know, it's your religion. You believe in it. You know. Okay, bye. You have a great, I guess it's night where you're at. You have good dreams. Follow your rules. Since you're a Muslim, believe in it for the good. I know you got some bad Muslims and good Muslims. And I want to thank you all. I tried to help you all out. I'm going to give my post office box again to help me get some cards to help me buy cat food. It's Tom Cartwright at Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, zip code 47111. For gift cards to help me buy some dry cat food. It's hurting my budget, but I do love my animals. I put my bird feeder up, but because that bird feeder I got out there. Let's see if I can turn my camera. See, you see the bird feeder out there. That holds about a pound of bird seed. And I love feeding the birds. That's what my dad always did. And the squirrels. By sending cards where I can buy cat food. You know, I told you a Tractor Supply, the big bag of 44-pound bag of multiple cats. It's a white bag. You can go to Tractor Supply and you can see what it costs here in Indiana, which is Salisbury, Indiana, where I go to get it. Or you can go at Walmart and look up dry cat food, the biggest bag they got. And, you know, you can do that. You know, I love kitty cats. I love dogs. And you know how animals helps you all out. They know when you're feeling bad. They know about strange people coming into your property. Animals protect your children. But the reason I went live this morning instead of tonight, will I do live tonight? I don't know. You have to wait and see. Is what Trump did on that country. I done forgot the country. But if you go back to the beginning, you see the country. I forget. I think it starts with an A. Trump wants four more beef coming here. Argentina. You can look it up, or you can go to your news station. If it's not on your news station, you can go to WDRB TV here in Louisville, Kentucky, and it'll tell you. Our beef, our pigs, stuff like that, when the animals gets there, the USDA inspects it. You know, they check it for all kinds of stuff. But the meat coming from Argentina, they don't get inspected like our animals here in the USA. I disagree with Trump and Argentina. What they trying to do, kill us? You can look it up. What's it, hoof and cough, and I forget what else. Buy American food. Buy American. And you people, you know the laws in your state, city, or towns about chickens and roosters. If you can have chickens and roosters where you live, you got to check the city and towns what the laws is on chickens and roosters. Roosters, where they get you on that, is the noise, because they crow at 5 o'clock in the morning. I miss my rooster. But the fresh eggs you get from your own chicken, people, you know what you feed them. When you go to the feed store, look at the food that you give your chickens. Some of it got medicine in it, which some of us is allergic to them. Okay. Plus, they like watermelon. They love fruit. They love cantaloupe. They like apples. They like grapes. They like tomatoes. They love corn. You know what you feeding your chickens to get those fresh eggs. They taste a whole lot better than what you get in the grocery store. You don't know how old their eggs are by the time they get to the grocery store. You don't know what they feed those chickens to help produce those eggs. Look it up, people. And also, I want to teach the younger generation. Grow a garden. Maybe your parents or grandparents used to raise a garden. They canned their stuff out of the garden. Your parents or grandparents or great-grandparents always canned their food. Corn, tomatoes, beets, pears. They canned everything from the garden. And the Amish, they can their stuff. They store it. That's what you eat in the wintertime. But when you go to the grocery store, your countries outside of your United States can back me up and tell them the rules of your country. You can leave it in the comments. Here in the United States, if you look, we got yellow, red, all these stuff in it. No, I'm not a chemist person or a doctor or anything like that. It's just my age. Why do we get cancer? Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not in that field. Just my experience in life is our body can only take so much chemicals before they break down. You all take biology and health in school. We can only take so much chemicals until we break down. Was it the white cells or... Well, you all younger people knows what I'm talking about. In other countries, they don't have that yellow and red, and all these chemicals in it, like your cereal, this and that. They don't have it in it like we do. And you ladies and men, instead of going to the store and buying your bread, learn to make bread from home. Learn how to do that from home. Maybe your mother or your grandma taught you how to make homemade bread, because you know what you put in it. The bread you buy at the store, you don't know what they all put in the bread. That's what I'm trying to help you all out, to make you more healthier. You know, some of you is allergic to soap. You know, I'm not going to mention any bath soap that you wash off. But there's places out there, this is not advertisement. They got, if you got people that sells goat stuff, like goat's milk, goat soap, and that goat soap is a whole lot better for you. There's a place about 6 miles from me that sells goat soap that don't break your skin out, this and that. Look at your, if you all people here in the United States, there's 18 states here in the USA that don't have Amish people. 18 states that don't have Amish people. They make their own soap. They can their food. You know, they grow their food. They know what they put in their food, which is healthier. Plus, the Amish don't have to do like us, get all those baby shots. They don't get sick like we do when we kids. So we can learn something from the Amish. You know, if you know an Amish community that lives close to you, they do sell Amish cookbooks that I know of. And, you know, if I go to the sale barn, there's a few Amish people up there selling bread and cookies and pies. I know a guy that goes up there and buys maybe 3 to 4 pies from the Amish every week. But since it's getting cold, they're probably not there. They wasn't there last week. And Amish people, from what I've talked to people, they make their own clothes. People, I remember when I was young, my grandmother used to make my pants, my shorts, like that, all from scratch. And it was made good. It was USA made. I wish I had a good-looking young wife. I'm talking about young. I'm not going to tell you age. Some of them say they're old enough to be your granddaughter. 30 years old, yeah, old enough, but it knows how to sew, knows how to cook. You know, maybe like a nurse, they can keep me healthy, make sure I eat the right food. And you all out there on YouTube, you know nurses. I want you all to thank a nurse for their job they do. They got a hard job. And I also, YouTubers, I want you to thank a truck driver. You see a truck driver, say, at a truck stop or a dollar store or Walmart. Thank them for their service. See, we get our clothes from truck drivers. Our computer comes from truck drivers. Everything we got in our house comes from truck drivers. So please, you all, thank a truck driver. They appreciate it. You know, if you got a CB radio, you know, not as many truck drivers have CB radios in there. But you can go on channel 19, no matter where you live. Say, thank you, truck drivers, for the great job you do, and tell them your handle. You might be surprised they thank you for it. They don't get enough of it. And there's this truck driver, she used to be on YouTube. She always had a pink 18-wheeler tractor. Some of the men didn't like her. And she sold a truck and started roadside service, a pink vans. But I haven't got any updates on YouTube. I can't remember what she went by on YouTube. But she's a young lady that could drive circles around men. Back when I started driving, there was a few women truck drivers. It's always been a man's job. But when I was out driving, you people in Youngstown, Ohio, I don't know if that truck stop is still there. It was there by the 8 days in. You had a truck stop and the 8 days in there together. We would meet up there. And we talk and a few other things. She was one heck of a lady truck driver. She could drive better than some men. I'm going to go back years ago when UPS just started. And I forget her name. I think she retired. She went from driving a local truck to over the road. She stopped pulling those doubles, 2 trailers instead of 1. She could drive them double trailers better than any man. She could back them up better than any men could do that. It's hard. It's hard to back them double trailers. I've tried. I couldn't do it. I said, just give me 1 trailer. So I stuck with 1 trailer because I couldn't do it. But I want to thank you all. I hope I gave you some information about Argentina and President Trump gonna make us sicker by getting 4 times more beef from Argentina. If you don't believe it, go to WDRB TV in Louisville, Kentucky. You see him talk to a Kentucky farmer. It might be on your local news station. I'm not lying to you. I try to be truthful. But if I say something and I found out I made a mistake, I come back. So I love you all. I need to get 343 or 353 people before I get monetized. They said 500 and 3,000 watch hours. I must got to 3,000 watch hours. But I guess they want me to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I'm about 353 away, somewhere like that. So I appreciate that you all can help me. If you can help me with HP on my computer, I appreciate it. If you can help me on gift cards to help me buy the dry cat food for Tractor Supply or Walmart, like I say, you can go to Walmart and see the biggest bag of dry cat food they got. Remember, Indiana is a 7% sales tax. Remember that. If you love animals, you know what I'm talking about. These kitty cats, even the outside kitty cat, they're like my children. Like one of my cats in here, a mama cat. I name her Margaret because she's named after my mother who passed away, I think, in 16 or 17 at 101. I try to name my cats after famous persons or late girlfriends, stuff like that. But I do respect your all religion. And I'm asking you all to help people out. If you can. But God knows the people that can help. That's how come I got my faith in the God. Like I told you earlier in the video, I fell off the porch about 5 or 6 weeks ago, 4 feet backwards. If it wasn't for God, people, I could have had a brain concussion, neck problem, back problem, shoulder problem, hip problems, I could have broke a lot. The doctor at the hospital said I was lucky. I said, yes, I was lucky. I got my faith in the God because God got me for a purpose. I know sometimes I say a few things, but, God forgives you. And God is looking for the perfect lady for me. God knows what I'm looking for in a lady. She's looking on skinny, not too skinny, because since I had 4 heart attacks, I'm not supposed to get upset. So people, you have a great weekend. Try to help people out if you can. If you can't, it's okay. God will help you find the way to do what you want. God wants you to follow your dreams. God does not want you to give up. So please, people, don't give up on anybody. I know there's scams. And here's another thing. These cell phone companies, Verizon, Cricket, AT&T, all of them. It comes to their system. They should have something on their system where the spam calls don't make it to us. Because you get those spam calls and you call them back, it says phone number no longer in service. That's how they get around the federal and state no-call list. They use numbers like that. But if you got a recorder and you get those spam calls, recording them when they tell you who they are, this and that, then you got evidence who they are to report it to the federal no-call list and the state no-call list. See, I try to help you out. I know some of you might help me. That's okay. I don't expect you all. But God knows who can help me out. But I'm going to turn my phone around. Let me show you. See, there's the multiple cat food. That's one I buy at Tractor Supply. That's 44-pound bag of cat food. If I could buy 2 bags of it, that's 88 pounds. It should last me a month, or maybe 3 bags could last me a month and a half. I take, those, you go to the fast food and you get those plastic large cups. That's one I usually take out there in the morning time, plus warm milk. Then I take them another cup, at supper time, and some warm milk. Make sure they get fed. But I also tell them, I said, Mama cats, you need to go out and catch field mice. Teach your babies the taste of the field mice. Catching mice. And another thing I want to teach your younger people, maybe it's owning your first house. It's wintertime. It's getting cold. If you got a gas furnace, you want to contact your furnace people, have them come over and check your furnace out. Make sure everything's working perfect and you got the right flame. Make sure you change your air filters. And if you got an air pump, you want to call your air condition people and have them come out and check it and change your air filters. And another thing, that's the part of being a homeowner. Buy you some caulking stuff and caulk around your windows inside of the house, outside of your house. You got a space when you shut your door. You got maybe, about maybe this much space. You can go to the hardware store. They got on sticky tape on the back of it. You can put in your door jambs, top and all that, to help keep out the cold air. If you got old type windows instead of the double or triple pane windows, what you could do is go to the hardware store or Lowe's or Home Depot and get your clear plastic and put over your outside windows. You can do that. You all have got a crawl space underneath your house. Okay, Josh, I'm getting ready to get off of here. I might be back tonight if I don't fall asleep. I got to fill my medicine container up, because I take about 10 to 15 pills a day for my health. So, people, that's what you need to do to keep your house going. Help save you on your electric bill. I gave you an idea. Caulk around all your windows, inside and outside. And if you don't have those filter gutters, you're going to have to get up there and clean them out. And if you got old type windows, not double or triple pane, which most of the houses now is double or triple pane, just caulk around your windows, your door frame, change your air filters in your furnace. And it's just like doing maintenance on your vehicle. You have to change your oil. You have to change your filters, your air filters. It's like a tune-up on your house that you have to do. You know, I'm trying to help you out. You know, some of you said, well, the old man's right. You know, I'm trying to help you out. There are places out there that help you insulate your house. You have to research it here in the United States. I know it used to be community action, but there's people out there that help you insulate your house at no cost. There's governments out there that help you out. You know, I'm hoping I can help. If I help one, I know I'm doing good, but I know I'm helping more than one. I love you all. Thank you all that can help me out on cat food. I gave you my post office box where you can send me gift cards. You can look up a Tractor Supply in Sellersburg, Indiana. It's 31 and Highway 60, I think it is, 311 and 60 there in Sellersburg, Indiana. You can look it up, and I showed you what the multiple cats 44-pound bag cat food is. And I told you approximately price it is. Remember, Indiana is a 7% income tax. You know, I'm not going to be able to buy any more cat food until the 3rd. I got about $8 left on my PayPal account. I'm going to have to buy me maybe a 3-pound bag of cat food. And you got my Cash App. It's the $ Tom Cartwright 4375. If you want to donate money to my Cash App, that way I can go to the dollar store or the Walmart and get big bags of cat food. But you can look on those sites, a Walmart, dollar store, or a JC store, and see the big bags of cat food. I know there's animal lovers out there that got dogs, got cats, but people, why is dog food cheaper than cat food? I don't understand that, but you all have a great weekend. Tell your kids you love them. Happy birthday, happy anniversary for everybody today. Tell your loved ones you love them. Tell your spouse you love them. Kids, tell your parents you love them. No matter if they're divorced, tell them you love them, because your parents is not going to give up on you. So I love you all. God bless you all. Thank you all very much.